So y'all be here in just a minute then. Alright man, see y'all in just a minute. Bye. That was our man Justin. I was just calling to make sure that him and Kendall were gonna make it this morning. We're supposed to meet at 5:15 and it's 5:15 now. It's the opening morning of the youth Arkansas turkey season. And we went and scouted yesterday on a bird that I've been watching for a while. He's known as shop turkey. And behind my boss's house, Mr. Horace Beavers. And yesterday morning that bird was on the roost. We filmed him. He was on the roost gobbling his head off. My boss called me and said that at quarter till 8 yesterday morning after we had left, he heard him gobbling on the ground. So that bird's hot, and hopefully he's ready to put on a show this morning. And hopefully even more, Mr. Kendall will be ready to put on a show and make the shot count. We'll get him his first bird this morning. So they're on their way. I'm gonna finish loading up the truck. We'll see what happens this morning.
Nutty buddy, got my Gatorade. Here we go.
Is this connected? These woods connected? I think the twig is in the harness.
You know, guys, this youth hunt we did with Kendall, the first morning we got set up on this bird that we call shop turkey, and it just wasn't working out. He had roosted across a big deep water slough on us that night before, and he was gobbling with all his might and was interested in us, but he wasn't interested enough to come across that deep water slough. And we did everything in our power to try to get on that bird and get near him, but it just wasn't meant to be for us that morning. We even went as far as we tried to cross the slough, and that was a bad decision in itself. We all got really wet, way up above our knees in water. Kendall fell in the water, and it just was a nasty situation. So we, after that happened, and we decided to get out of there and go to another place, and got on some birds, but they didn't seem to work out either. They were on another piece of property away from us from what we had access to, so we couldn't hunt them. And that's important to us, that if it's not on the property that we have access to, we're not in the practice of trespassing. Whether it was just me, or especially when you got a youth with you, you got to teach the kids that are just starting to come up in the hunting, you got to teach them respect for landowners, respect for property lines, and respect for the game that you're chasing. And the fact is, if he's not on your place, man, it's just not meant to be that day. Come back and give him another try. To go somewhere else, and we just heard a bird gobble down here in the end. I don't know if we can get to him, but we're out here, we're close. It's only 15 till 9. Kendall's got a gun and we're ready to hunt. We're gonna give it a try. Let's go see what we can do. You ready?
Yep.
Let's roll. We
got down here in this valley, and we can hear them. They're gobbling out in front of us. They're probably another 250, 300, maybe 300. It's hard to tell, but they're definitely gobbling. It sounds like more than one bird. So we're set up. This is kind of a little opening in the woods. It's got tall grass in it. It's going to be tough to see him if he gets in here. But if they travel the distance that they're at now to come to us, I don't think it's going to be a big issue to get him to get in here in gun range. We're going to hang out for a little while. We got nowhere to be right now, but right here. So we're going to hang out, get comfortable. We're in the shade. It's a pretty spring day, and we're having a good time no matter what happens.
Second day of this youth hunt was muggy, real cloudy, and to tell the truth, I was really feeling like it wasn't going to be the day for it to happen. We walked and called for a while, never heard anything, and we just decided to finally get in this big open, real green clearing and just set out a couple decoys and see what would happen. We sat there a while, and the better part of an hour, Kendel had started getting the sleepies. I noticed he was nodding off, and even myself, I was nodding off from time to time. And Kendel pokes me and says he sees 3 turkeys running into the field. Sure enough, there's 3 jakes running in on the setup, just, I mean, right. Well, the camera battery was low that day, and I knew that it was. But our other backup battery had gotten wet the day before, and I'd left it in the truck so it could dry out good in fear of hooking a wet battery to our equipment. The birds run in, they get on top of us. I'm telling Kendel to hold on so we can I can get the camera on them. I get it framed up. Just as I get it on the bird, as you can see, it's a clip about that quick, and the battery went dead.
Guys, we hunted for 2 days. We hunted yesterday morning on a place that we had a big monster gobbler using, and we just couldn't get him to do anything. We had a big slough. Everybody got wet. We tried to cross it. Kendel fell in the water. Our boots were full of water, but we just couldn't get to him and couldn't get him to come to us either. And we came out to this particular piece of property yesterday after that hunt and heard birds gobbling, but couldn't get them to cooperate either. And Kendel called me last night and said he wanted to go really bad again. So I said, well, we'll go back out there and try it one more time. And it's the last day of the youth hunt. And like he said, we sat under that tree for probably an hour this morning. Call every few minutes, wasn't hearing or seeing nothing. And honestly, I was drifting off to sleep. I was so comfortable sitting underneath that big oak tree. And Kendel just suddenly poked me and said, there's turkeys, there's turkeys. And 3 jakes just come barreling in, running in on the setup. And I tried to fumble around and get the camera going. The battery was low, and I knew it was. I was afraid we was going to get in trouble with that, and the battery was low. I got the camera on, got the camera on the birds, and just as he shot, the battery died. So we didn't get the shot on camera, but even still, Kendel got his first bird, and he's as happy as he can be, and I know I'm happy for him. So we're going to pick up and get out of here and go back and show his folks what he's done today. You ready?
Yep.
All right, man.